Hi, welcome to the Dementia Monster channel. I'm Dave Brown. If you know my story, perhaps if you've read my book, you know that in 2015 I was experiencing significant cognitive decline. My MRIs showed my brain shriveling up and I was doing very poorly on cognitive tests. I was very frightened by this, so I began to do research. I began to read research papers. I began to speak with researchers and began to find out what can I do to help myself. In my research, I identified 8 things that I could do that would help my situation. I combined these into a strategy, and that strategy has worked spectacularly. In 2018, MRIs show my brain is stable, and my cognitive test results have improved steadily. In 2016, my wife and I participated in a Mayo Clinic research study. During the study, we met a young neuropsychologist who told me that he had just come from a meeting in which he had seen 3 papers presented on the relationship between physical exercise and brain health. He explained to me something that was similar to what I'd been reading already. During physical exercise, the body generates a protein called the brain-derived neurotrophic factor. This protein has not only the capacity to repair brain cells, but it can also prompt the generation of new brain cells in the hippocampus from stem cells. There have been research studies that have correlated certain diets, like the Mediterranean diets, with lower incidences of Alzheimer's disease. Lately, scientists have been wondering whether they have controlled these studies well enough for exercise. While they find that people on these diets do have lower incidence of Alzheimer's disease, at the same time, the people who eat these diets likely are getting a lot more exercise than people on other diets. So what about exercise? What do I do? What has worked so well for me? Well, I go to the gym every day, 7 days a week. I'm on the treadmill for at least 45 minutes. So people ask me, how hard should I be working out? The best advice that I have read is that after 10 minutes you should work up a sweat, or you should be sufficiently out of breath that you have difficulty speaking with someone else. How often should someone exercise like this? I've read a number of things. The latest studies I've read, and I think the most rigorous ones, are calling for 45 minutes to an hour every day, 6 days a week. I go 7 days a week, but 6 days a week is recommended. I've seen some older studies that have recommended 25 minutes a day, 5 days a week. But what's worked for me is 45 minutes a day, 7 days a week. When I began this, it took about 6 months, but after 6 months, I very definitely could sense that I was doing better, I felt better, and my cognitive abilities were clearly on the rise. So this is what I've learned. Physical exercise, aerobic physical exercise, is vitally important to brain health. If you want to prevent Alzheimer's disease, if you have cognitive impairment due to Alzheimer's disease, you must engage in physical exercise, especially aerobic physical exercise.